You guys can't hear anything, so.
Alrighty then. There we go. Looks proper. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. Welcome to The Rising Storms, a homebrew 5e campaign made by yours truly, based out of the Archipelago, a metropolis based across multiple islands floating in the Astral Sea. We are so glad you could join us, and we hope that you enjoy the upcoming holidays or end of December, whatever it is for you. Stay safe, stay warm, and that's pretty much it for most of my things right now. There will be probably some changes coming to the channel at the start of the new year, so keep an eye out for those. Go follow all the socials. Hit that subscribe, like, all of the things to help our algorithm, and we're going to show our little intro video and then get right into tonight's episode of The Rising Storms.
Until I watch the intro, and I'm like, oh wait, that makes a lot of sense.
I love it. I love it. Every time I see
So
you do that, I'm just like, ha ha. All right. So, last time, y'all managed to make your way through the tower up to its almost furthest level, close to the top. You came across a small ledge that opened out onto the outside of the tower, where you were able to look down and see that some sort of battle was going down at the base of the tower, somewhere around the proximity of the kind of northern side of the tower. And there you also met a figure, a Calvin Cretus, who was seemingly surviving up on these higher reaches of the tower. After a little bit of conversation and figuring out what he was doing and where to go from here, you all began to try and ascend further, but the stairs themselves had begun to break off thanks to the many vines and other things that were reaching down from the top, where you saw this multi-hued light coming down. and so you all began to climb. In your climb, you ran into a few infected winged creatures that were left over during the height of the tower's era, and one by one eventually made your way to the very top where they were breaking through the ground, or the floor of this top level, and cascading down this interior of this tower. You are now all crouched up against the top of these vines and roots. The tower floor itself, probably about 5 to 10 feet above you for some of you, and the multi hued light cascading through the cracks and different open segments of the floor above. You can feel in the air this almost electric hum and pulse that causes your fur or hair to stand on end, your flesh to get goosebumps if you have flesh. I guess scale bumps if that's a thing. And you can just almost like an electric hum pressing against your body and your mind feel the energy in the air. What would you all like to do?
So,
Is there a hatch nearby?
There was a like a cellar door hatch that led to the roof level, and it doesn't have the stairs that lead up to it anymore. It's just got a few vines that break in and around it, but there is one, yes. So
I'm
what would you
going.
like to do?
First, I'm gonna roll stealth. Then I'm gonna go
Are you
Oh, bother.
all right? And are you trying to go up through the hatch?
in. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth. 14, and as you get up to the hatch itself, you begin to press up against it to lift it up, and you can feel the weight of something kind of pressing on it from the other side. So it will be a challenge to just fling open or open easily. So,
Alright. Guys, this is gonna end horribly. So who wants to help me open this? Just looks around.
I'll help.
alright, so Bareback climbs across the top over to where you are and goes to try and help you lift it up. Go ahead and roll me an athletics with advantage.
I'm kind of strong.
Alright, so the two of you begin to press up against it, and you get it cracked open enough to where like you could stick like this much of your head through to see kind of what's going on immediately around it. And you can see that there's this layer of roots that have kind of grown over the hatch and are keeping it pressed up against and closed down. You could still possibly push through the rest of the way, but to do so right now would potentially break your stealth.
It's like, nah, I'm gonna pull back out and be like, okay, we need to find another way in.
Matt, does it look like there's any other way to get up onto the roof?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Here goes nothing.
Alright, alright. So, looking around, excuse me, there are a few spots along the roof where you can see, like, the roots breaking through the floor and creating a gap around where they break through. One of those gaps might be big enough for y'all to slip along next to it to the floor above. The closest ones would be kind of like 30 feet or so to the north side on the north side of the tower. There's another set that are closer to like the southwest side of the tower that are breaking through, and there are some close to the center of the tower as well.
So it looks like we can get up through the roots that are breaking through the floor above us. There's some different positions. Some of us might have a problem because they're kind of small. As I look towards Matrona and Bareback.
Are you calling me fat?
No, I'm saying you are a lot bigger than I.
I wouldn't use the word fat. Huge, maybe.
Okay, now I'm going to move away from this.
I think you're talking about the both of us.
You're like what? 6, 7?
Maybe we should go up in different holes. Maybe we can surround what's up there. Or we could potentially just die that way too, but that's okay.
See, I'm gonna do what I always do in confusing situations like this. I'm gonna trust my gut.
Oh.
And go into it. And go into the very hole that I think I should go in.
So what's
By
your
the way, I
plan?
found a way to move. I downloaded like a gamepad, so now I can move around.
Nice.
Good,
That'll
good.
work. So does your gut tell you to go to the top or the bottom?
Definitely the top.
All right. So Miz starts heading towards the northern branches where they're kind of breaking through along that north wall.
The only nat 20 I'm gonna get this game.
I'm gonna remember all Mist's bad ideas and the time he almost got eaten by like 17 mushrooms, and I'm gonna go to the side.
All right.
I'm gonna follow Bareback.
So Big Blue, which side you going? North side or south side?
I'm gonna follow wherever Matrona is going, as usual.
Oh, so you guys going in a circle? She's following you.
All I heard is my name. I'm sorry. You cut out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. 'Cause that was great.
Okay, so then I look at Matrona and I ask Matrona which way she thinks we should go. I don't know if anyone's talking, but I can't hear anyone.
All right, you're good. Go ahead.
How many options were there?
So there's the north, the south, and there's a cluster coming up through the center as well. But the center of the tower floor is like you'd have to do some hanging to get to it and then climb up through there.
I'm gonna hate myself for this, but we should go north.
All right, north it is.
Take
All right, you're with me, old man. Let's go.
Calvin, and yeah.
All right. So, Mist, Barebeck, and Matrona, the three of y'all begin to make your way up to the northern section of the tower itself, looking to find some entry and purchase along the spot that Tyke had managed to point out, while the other two of you begin to make your way to that southwest side where you can see the roots beginning to cluster down and through the floor and then along the wall that you kind of climb upwards. For those of y'all who are trying to do this stealthily, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Alright, we already know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna roll it just to humor everybody, but we already know how this is gonna go.
I'm the lightest on my feet, obviously.
I'm not even there anymore.
Alright.
It's the hooves, man.
So Calvin is right there with you, man.
Hey, we are. We are.
Sorry, I'm trying to roll right now.
You're good.
Not stealthy.
I'm gonna run.
Cannot wait. This will be great.
Just let me know if you need me to do the rolls for you, Wicked, if it's, acting up.
Like nothing happened.
Okay, yeah. Try to roll it. Like I can click attack or damage or like I see whole part on the side. I just can't click myself to roll.
Okay. No worries. Then I will take care of that part for you. So you roll really well as well. So the three of you up on the north side manage to get along the roots and kind of stomach crawl your way up it, kind of miss you in the lead, pushing some of the looser stones out of the way to give space for the larger two figures following behind you. And each of y'all very quietly make your way up to the top, while around the other side y'all both very uncomfortable with the heights and having to kind of follow one loose, not loose, but large root up into it. It kind of shakes a little bit and moves as you both climb up it, and you can see that the spot where both of these roots have come down are connected to one of those, not the spore trees, but like the human fungal trees that have grown into mushrooms that were along the roof, whose own roots have created this gap for you. And as you get to the top, you are bathed in that energy and that light of whatever arcane effect is creating all of this. And as you all kind of shield your eyes and get a moment to look, you can see that this used to be a wide open tower top that had a free roof, an open roof. However, that roof has now been covered by clusters of these large spore trees growing from the top of these walls, creating this small temporary dome over what you see to be a sphere, a large sphere kind of resting in the center of the room. And it pulses and glows with multiple colors and seems to be made of this strange shifting energy across it. And as it's there, you can see there are three figures who are kind of standing with their backs to this sphere glowing in the center of the room, and they are kind of casually looking out and about. And as they do, one of them seems to be walking in the direction of Tyke and Calvin, having seen the tree, the fungal tree there, shift and move as y'all climbed up its vines. But you are currently kind of on the other side of it where you climbed out of the hole. He hasn't seen you yet, but he is walking in your direction. What would you all like to do?
Calvin, you should probably hide,
Sure. And he kind of moves towards under like all of this root and foliage that's coming down.
This is not good for me. Okay. I'm gonna walk out from behind it, just casually, kind of like looking around. Just nodding my head.
So as you walk out, the figure who's over there is just kind of like, "Oi, you! No, nuh-uh!" And
What? What? I'm just gonna like.
pulls out a blade real quick and just goes, "How the fuck are you up here?"
Before you pull out your blade and ask me how I'm here, you should ask yourself. Well, you should think about that. How did I, by myself, get through everything on this tower? Interesting, right? You should probably put your blade away.
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation. And while this is happening, Matrona, go ahead and roll me a perception. Very nice. So while this conversation is happening, the three of you on the north side are kind of using the cover over there to watch and take a look at all of this. And you see, Tyke confidently walk out and have this exchange with one of these figures. And as you're watching Matrona, you can see that this sphere, because of the light and energy kind of radiating off of it, it's hard to directly look at. But as you're looking at it, you can see that there in the center of it, there seems to be what looks to be like a figure. Some sort of figure who is kind of leaned forward slightly, almost in like a praying or meditating sort of sitting stance. But as you're looking at them and kind of following their frame down, you notice that just below their chest, their body seems to sort of split and spread. And where there should be torso underneath the robes of their chest, you see vines and roots coming out from underneath of their clothes and attaching to the floor and extending out below him and out through the sphere of energy that this figure has around them. And as the figure, who you can see that all three of these individuals around this energy are wearing these dark black with the kind of red highlights to them for their robes, and they each also have masks as well, crafted in the state of different creatures' skulls, some seemingly humanoid, but there's these little bits of like horn or other pieces that are coming off. And the figure kind of puts his sword away for a moment, just kind of from the tone and authoritativeness, as well as the reasoning of Tyke, and takes a step back and looks over to one of the others who stands on the north end and goes, boss, what should I... Are you doing anything at the moment, Tyke, or just kind of watching?
I'm just watching.
Alright. As you watch, you see the figure kind of lean to the other side of the sphere to be able to see you past it. And as he does, you see this faint, kind of purplish white tendril reach out from the sphere and connect to the base of his skull. And there's this brief little flash of energy across it before it retreats back into the sphere. He then...
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so the most that you can associate it with is shit. What is like the same school of magic that message is in, and things like that. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Okay.
But yeah, and so he looks to the
Communicating with it.
yes, yeah. He looks to the other two guards and then kind of makes a motion with one hand and goes, "He has the book. Retrieve it from his corpse."
It's gonna be pretty hard when your buddies are dead.
So with that, I am going to have everybody roll me some initiative.
That I can do.
Ooh,
Oh my fucking initiative, bro.
That works out. Not. I was going to say that I ready my crossbow and
Well,
Well.
for y'all, you will pretty much be acting from stealth for this round. So, you know, you'll have the advantage of stealth because they do not seem to have noticed you. So. But, alright. So, starting.
Tyke is a good fucking distraction.
Alright, so starting us off then, top of the round is Mist. And as we get to the top of the round, the conduit releases this pulse of energy all around the room, and every mushroom cap that you see not necessarily explodes, but releases a spore cloud.
great.
Well, Calvin's dead.
Actually, he's just out of it.
Oh, Calvin,
wait, I'm wearing
you're
a mask.
fucking champ. Calvin
So-
for MVP.
Right.
Who are the two people wearing masks again? It was me and Sona?
Tyke, I think, also has the other
Yeah, I have
mask.
a mask on.
Oh well.
Alright, so, you, sir, are fine thanks to your mask, Mist, but, I'm going to need Bareback and Matrona to make me a Constitution save. And Bareback, you save with a nat 20, so... And Matrona, you're good as well, so... After kind of like feeling the shockwave, you see the the mushroom trees kind of shake for a moment, and you instinctively hold your breath, having seen a lot of these things release spores on your travels upward. Alright, Mist, what would you like to do?
Alright, so first things first. I need to move. Right here. And I'm just gonna say, was that 40?
Yeah, that was 40. You're good. You're good.
And I'm gonna be like, hey, he wasn't alone, and I'm just gonna hit him.
Alright.
Being as though this was out of stealth, does this count as sneak attack damage? Would I get an advantage?
You do get advantage, but you're not rogue, I don't believe, so you don't
I
get
know.
sneak attack. But
I just wanted the advantage.
Your strikes do have advantage.
Lovely. Let's see. Gonna aim directly for his face.
Alright, that first one will hit. As he surprisingly just turns towards you and you crack him across the jaw.
Alright, time for number 2.
That one will hit as well.
And then because I'm right here, flurry of blows. Let's just throw that in there. So it's
2 more attacks.
and these are all at his mass too, so this is lovely. He's gonna be very upset very soon. Oh, no,
16. As that one comes across, he is going to lift up a hand, and you're going to see this purplish arcane shield just come in front of him as he blocks the third attack with a shield.
So one more. Lovely.
And the 23 still hits past the shield as you aim low with the last one, catching him in the side of the knee. So go ahead and roll me 3 damages. So that's, I think, for you. Yep. There you go.
2. I'm doing this a long way.
That's alright.
3.
Alright.
So that's what? 19.
So you just release 3 different quick rapid succession attacks and completely lay into him before he has a chance to realize what's even happening. Anything else on your turn?
One more thing, because I think I can use Drunken Technique and move 10 feet away. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right here.
Alright.
And now he's upset.
Yeah. So at the end of your turn, you're going to see this almost ethereal, invisible lance of energy shoot out from the conduit as it uses legendary actions to cause a psychic overload. I need you to make me a charisma save.
Come on, Charisma.
Alright. Well, you take 5 points of damage, and you now have disadvantage on your next attack roll or saving throw.
Okay. That's not horrible.
And then Matrona comes to you.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot at this thug here. With advantage, I believe, correct?
Yes, because you were stealthed. That will hit. Yes, it will. Alright.
For a whopping 5. Then I'm going to... I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Alright. And where are you casting it?
Right next to him.
Boop.
Same thug.
Alright. Go ahead and make me an attack roll with it.
Advantage.
Yeah. I don't know if Spiritual Weapon technically gets advantage usually, but yeah. Say, because it still is part of the surprise round. For, those that were stealthed. Alright.
And then there's Tyke.
I made a very good distraction.
And then roll me damage.
All right.
All right.
Another 5. So this staircase right here.
Yes.
Does this lead up to like some parapets? Like, is this
Yeah, it's
something
an
I can
upper
get cover
balcony
behind?
about 10 feet, and it could give you half cover.
All right. I can make it there.
All right. Then after you, it comes to Calvin. He is, let's see, going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to about right over here. And he is going to cast his own spiritual weapon.
Calvin's not listening to me. I'm gonna have to fight him after.
And he is then going to use his action to dash right back over here. He's just like, I'm helping. So now that gets a thing to hit. And he does make a strike. As he gets a nice solid 7 points as he summons up a pretty much a celestial warhammer that swings in and smacks into the gut of this priest. And then it comes to the figure that you karate chopped, missed. He is going to he is going to spend an action, or not spend an action, but he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to go over there. And he is going to cast that. So so that is a total of 19 that he gets as he kind of retreats back and recovers a little bit. So after that, it comes to you, Big Blue. What would you like to do? Oh, wicked. You may have lost Blue.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No.
Man
Not
down.
now.
Man down.
Oh, no.
Well, you know what? As we wait then, at the end of his turn, it is going to use a slam against You Missed.
Of course it is.
But you manage to dodge one of the roots as the ones at your feet begin to lift up and strike out towards you.
As I dodge, I want to say, "Oh, so you're the issue here."
Are we all good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we left off with you, Wicked, on your turn. So, Miss Bareback, Miss Big Blue, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I can't even see where the enemy is. I can't see anyone, but I'm gonna assume I'm quite the distance.
A little bit of ways. The closest
Okay.
one is 50 feet from you.
Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna move in that direction.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We'll put you right over here.
Oh my god, so much better now. I can see everybody. We're so far. Holy crap. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my javelin.
Alright, who would you like to
And-
throw it at?
If you just click it, I can actually click attack or damage.
Yeah. Which person would you like to throw it at?
The one nearest me, straight ahead.
Alright. Use one of your 2 remaining javelins as you just chuck one out.
And then I forget if my blast is like a if it's a bonus attack or if it's a regular attack.
It's a regular attack.
Oh, but I get a second regular attack anyway, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that now too.
Alright. Your javelin attack is at advantage, so you can roll that one. Because you were stealthed going into this round. And did you see where it popped up on the side there for you?
Yeah. You guys, yeah. I don't know if it's anything on your end.
I'm not showing the advantage roll over here.
Yeah, I clicked it and now it's like attack is faded, but I guess it didn't do anything.
Well,
Which is
Bam.
weird.
you got a 23 for your attack roll. So, pretty good, pretty good.
I wonder if it hits.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, let you
Bro,
click
if
the
23
damage.
doesn't hit him jumping off this thing right now.
The thugs are the hardest part of this battle.
right,
Alt
right.
F4. I'm done.
For 7 points of damage from you, Bareback, as you throw your javelin into the nearest one, fucking impaling it slightly in the stomach. And then you said you wanted to do your breath weapon for your second attack action?
Yes. And then I'm gonna kind of start to go into rage mode.
Alright. Ability. So. Okay, it's gonna make it do it right there. Lame. Alright, so if we're 30 feet from you, you can hit. Yeah, you can hit the thug or the conduit. Which would you like to hit?
I'll hit the conduit.
Alright. So you release a blast after shooting him straight into the side of this thing. And it fails the DC because it is immobile. It cannot move. So we will go ahead and roll out damage for you. Ah. So,
Huh.
I mean, it strikes. It strikes.
Always.
The electricity sparks across the side of it and everything, and you can see little bits of like the shielding across it kind of crackle in response. And did you want any other movement, or were you happy with where you were?
I'll stay right where I am.
All right. Then
Nice safe distance.
Then Tyke comes to you.
Okay. Might as well try it now to see if it works. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Enemies Unbound on the conduit. Sorry.
All right. All right.
So I need white. Is it resistant? Is it immune to being frightened? That's the first thing.
The conduit is yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, then it does nothing.
All right.
I'm gonna look at it and tilt my head and go, interesting. That's my turn.
All right. Then afterwards, it comes to one of the thugs, and it is going to kind of look back over then at you, Tyke, kind of seeing to weigh its options. And it is going to then move towards the new threat that came onto the field. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get up to you, Mist. And it is going to make 2 attacks at you. Alright, alright. And the second one, they are coming with a vengeance for a total of 9 points of damage as he just kind of runs up to you and it's just like, protect the Lotus! Bam! Smacks into one and then smacks again up towards you.
Wasn't one of them a crit though?
What?
Wasn't one of them a crit?
Yes, sorry. So the first one, make it 6 points of damage instead of 4. So a total of 11 points of damage that you take, Mist. By the way, you're also muted on my side.
Just want to make sure we're on the up and up here.
I can live with that.
All right.
This will be fine.
So next up, it comes to the conduit itself, and you are going to see that little bit of crackled damage that it had across the shield start to seal back up, and it is going to send out a root towards you, Bareback. But with a 7, it will not hit as it just lashes out and you manage to dodge to the side, now in the full throes of your rage. Afterwards, we'll come to the second thug that has been impaled and bolted and things like that. He's gonna take out the pieces sticking out of him and then run over here to join with his ally. And he is going to make his attacks with pack tactics. But still misses for the first one with advantage. And a 14 for the second.
Oh, thank God, they both missed.
So after getting 2 maces, you're just kind of real on edge. So when you see the second one coming, you just bam, bam, deflect them off to the side. Afterwards, it comes to you, Miss, top of the round. But before you get to it, you see another pulse shoot out from the conduit as you also hear this as the vines and roots all around you seem to grow in number and kind of push up through the ground slightly, breaking it up. The ground is now considered difficult terrain for all of y'all.
Fantastic.
In the
Well.
entire room.
Correct. Like up top where you are, the vines that are coming down from the roof are and the walls are kind of extending and pushing outward and covering the balcony more and everything.
So that means I can move 20 feet now, right?
Correct.
Okay. I don't like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use feline agility because I like all 40 feet of my movement. And I'm going to blow both of these thugs a kiss and be like, I like the Black Lotus better. So they get 2 attacks of opportunity.
All right. First one misses. That other the other guy's gotten your number.
That's fine.
For 5 points of damage as he just clips you in the tailbone as you go.
All you hear is tick! And I'm right back into Lotus's face to continue hitting him.
All right.
All you hear is, you're not going that far, sweetie.
Just as you come up, you can hear him being like, shit.
And then, I don't have the quarterstaff, so back to fists.
All right.
Pop.
First one hits.
All right, and I'm gonna do stunning strike with that. So
All right.
while I'm here, let me just throw that in there. What's the DC? Con save of 12.
And makes the first
He
one.
makes it heavily.
The second one, as it's coming through, he once more creates a shield before him.
I'm gonna look at him like, oh, you're really about to hate me. I'm gonna use one more key point and do flurry of blows again.
All right. So you've used 3 key points so far.
Yep.
Cool. That'll definitely hit. Yep.
And it's a nat 20.
That one you
Love to
basically
see it.
just punch through the shield like it isn't even there, just fucking straight into the dome. And the 24 will still
the
hit as
24.
well.
Okay, so I'll do the crit first.
We'll do your... Okay, yeah, that works.
And then for the other 2, it's what? 2d6?
So it'll be 2d6 plus 6.
There we go.
Very nice, very nice.
24.
He gets all the good rolls.
He's on fire tonight. That's okay.
For real.
Right?
Apparently.
So you get that second one blocked by the
Did there.
shield. And you just at that point are like, oh no, bitch. And just wail 2 more strikes into him, one into the face, the other straight into the solar plexus, and you hear something crack on the inside there. And the mask that he has too cracks and breaks off to the side as well. And you can now see that the figure underneath is this elven-looking figure who has this sort of flower petal, similar to a lotus tattoo across his forehead, but you can also see that as part of the tattoo, it looks like the lotus leaves are constantly falling down the sides of his face as well. And he just like spitting up blood coming down the nose, kind of looks up to you, fucking very unhappy about it.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "You're standing in spores and your mask broke. Congratulations."
Yeah, he's gonna have to make a save at the top of his round. So, coming up next then is Matrona.
Alright, I'm gonna start with moving the spiritual weapon over here to Thug A.
Alright. What? Easy enough. As your tree weapon kind of floats through the air. Alright, go and make me that attack roll. 21 will definitely hit. Uh, 6 points of damage, got it.
And then I'm going to,
Real quick, sorry because I forgot. Mist, you had disadvantage because you failed your save earlier on your first strike.
All right.
So just go ahead, real quick, roll me another d20. We'll see if it's lower. Uh, 14 plus your modifiers, which is 6, makes it still a 20. So it still would have hit. We're good. You're golden. So
Lovely.
just had to make sure. All right, Matrona, you smack a bitch with your tree. What else would you like to do?
I also hit him with my crossbow bolt.
All right, same guy. All right.
Damn!
Unfortunately, you hit right in front of him into the stone. You know, now being a little bit of above, you're not quite a marksman. You're still learning the angles.
I'm gonna finish out with some movement.
All right. Next up is the priest, who is going to move his spiritual weapon closer and make a strike with it. And an 18 will hit. So, whoops. No, not with that. What is the spiritual weapon damage again? D8 plus modifier.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so for 10 points of damage, he just kind of strikes down against the conduit, the energy shield that is there, just creating, you know, a nice little reverberation and dent in it. But he still stays back for the moment, as next it comes up to the Lotus, who now must make a Constitution save. Alright, so he fails. So what he does is he starts to breathe in the spores and kind of takes a step up and back towards the tree. You will get an attack of opportunity against him if you wish, Mist, as he's just kind of...
Definitely want bad.
You hear from the back of the room, Karma!
15 does hit.
Oh.
All right. So with that, as he's taking a step back, how do you strike him?
Oh, it's a roundhouse kick to the throat with the
All
claws
right.
out.
So you fucking roundhouse and it kicks into the throat, tears out a portion of it, sending, the throat and the blood flying down as he kind of takes a few steps back and he just kind of gurgles out towards you as he's looking at you, just this gladly. As he
I look at him, wink, and say, "I love it here. Somebody set this on fire."
He then just kind of lurches over and falls into the spores and the tree that is all over here. And then Bareback, your turn. Oh, Big Blue.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hear me?
There it
I
is.
can now.
Now we can.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay.
So, Big Blue, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move really quick. Hold on.
Everything is difficult terrain, so you only have half of your normal movement speed. So you can only move 20 right now instead of 30.
I want to see like the other half of the map because I can't see anything. Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my scimitar. I'm also gonna use my the rage attack that I have, where they can deal more damage to me and I can deal more damage to them.
Reckless
Forgot what
attack?
it's called. Yeah, my reckless attack.
Alright, and which one are you moving in front of to attack?
The one to the left. Or I don't think I can go that far.
Those guys
There we
right
go.
there?
Thank you.
I got you. Alright, so first one with your scimitar, reckless, which gives you advantage, makes it a 26 to hit. So, and I believe your rage damage is +2 right now, so we're gonna add +2 to your damage. For a solid 10 points of damage. As you completely cut down this guy and everything, and his body just kind of falls into the roots around you. And you can easily take another step forward if you wanted to use your second attack on the other guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use, I think, my longsword with 2 hands.
You can't switch weapons mid-swing.
Oh,
if
that's
you
right.
want.
Okay, so I'll just use my scimitar again.
Alright, alright. So you pull out the scimitar and still hit with a 19.
That hit you said?
Say what?
You said that hit? 19?
You do, yeah. And you do 10 points of damage.
Not bad.
Yeah. Solid cut through him, solid damage. Any bonus action for you, or good where you are?
I'm good where I am.
Alright. Then after that, Tyke, it comes to you. But before your turn, I am going to have a Bareback. You are going to receive a psychic overload. So you are going to have a 14 charisma, which unfortunately fails. So Bareback, you're standing there as you kind of take your second strike against this creature, and you immediately feel this assault on your brain, on your mind, as you are just flooded with images of the abyss, people screaming, falling from the skies, all sorts of things.
That's a normal day for me, but okay.
Right, right. But you do take 5 points of damage, and it is not halved because it is psychic damage. And then Tyke comes to you.
Gotcha.
So looks like I'm gonna have to do things the old-fashioned way. I'm going to cast Hex on it. Give me 1 second. Gotta make sure it took it off. It's not? Oh, interesting. Alright. Because my pack magic is 3rd level, it lasts for 8 hours.
Nice.
And then as a bonus, that was my bonus action. So as my action, I'm going to lob some Eldritch Blast at
Alright.
it first and second.
Both definitely hit.
And why don't we do some damage?
Nice.
How does 35 sound?
It's alright.
If ever
It's
a-
alright. It's alright.
If there's ever a party battle royale, charge a Tyke where he can move. Noted.
Yep. So you just basically shotgun blast this bitch with the 2 of these Eldritch blasts hitting along the side, creating this huge gap in the shield that it can't completely, come back over and protect the rest of this body. And now you can kind of see underneath this energy shield there is that figure that is there just kind of limply suspended in that meditative stance with the roots and vines, now that you can clearly see between the gaps of energy, seeming to grow out from underneath the robes and from him down into the ground.
I did warn you not to mess with it. And I'll move that much and then my turn.
Alright. So the thug there is going to kind of look over his shoulder, curse a little bit, and but with you all up in their grill, Big Blue, they are just going to make 2 attacks at you.
Okay. Oh god.
First one misses, but the second one
Oh
hits.
my god. Barely made it.
So you take half of that, so you only take 3 points of damage as you can, just feel him strike into your side. Kind of have that moment where you look down at it like, really? And then after its turn, the conduit is going to try and slam a root into you, Tyke. But unable with its slams this time to just get any attacks with them.
Nah, he's kind of trash over there.
Yeah, a little bit. So it comes to his turn. You see the shield trying to repair itself as best as possible, kind of growing in some areas and fixing up. And it is going to send for its action one of the psychic overloads towards you, Tyke. So
Is
DC.
this a magic? Yeah, it is a magic effect.
Yes, yeah.
And it's a charisma save.
Alright. Not knowing any better, it tries to assail your mind. You still take 3 points of psychic damage, just kind of from the effect of it passing through, but largely not really too much of a problem. Alright, so top of the round. The conduit tries to take control of roots near everybody and gets one attack against each of y'all with their roots. So first one against Tyke.
Yep, that hits.
For 4 points of damage. Then Mist.
Damn, it sucks.
Yeah. And then Bearbeck. So you take half of that in damage. Because, raging. And then one for Matrona. No dice, no dice. And one for Calvin. Still can't even
Damn
hit
it, Calvin.
So he's fine. He's fine. He sees it moving and it's just like, no, no, no. Kind of backs away. So, as this is happening, you can see that, Mist, you see close to you the body of the Lotus kind of get wrapped around by some of those vines and pulled up into that tree that is there next to him. And you can see it is basically like consuming his body and kind of.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look over like, that's going to end horribly. Hey, Tyke, hit this real quick, and I'm going to dart towards the conduit. And if I can, I want to try to. You said there's a person. I can see a person in the middle, technically.
Yes.
Try to tackle them out, if possible.
Okay. So you got 5, 10 feet to get there, which is actually 20 feet, because it's still difficult terrain.
Yep. And then I still have about 20 feet to dive.
All right. I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Please don't fail this.
All right. So you dive forward and you end up on the inside of the shield. But as you go to grab the body, you can see that now close enough up to it. This figure was elven at one point, but you can now see from the pallor of their skin that the person has probably been gone for a while. You can see their eyes still glowing faintly, and as you try to lift them up, you can feel that they are heavily attached to all of the roots that are at the base down there and everything, and it will take some serious pulling and ripping to get him out. But you can, if you would like, to make me a athletics to try and do this.
Nothing to lose.
Alright, so you begin to pull, but they're still unfortunately too ingrained into the spot right now, and as you pull, you do feel something tear on the inside, and you can feel some sort of liquid and pouring down your hands a bit. You look down and you can see bits of this semi-coagulated blood pouring across you as you try and tear him off. Unable to completely rip him off yet.
I want to stay in here.
Alright. Then Matrona comes to you.
All right, move the spiritual weapon to the left about 10 feet.
Alright. And are you attacking the thug still? Or the conduit?
The thug, I'm sorry.
Alright. That 12 does hit. Alright. That will definitely hurt quite a bit as he gets smacked down by the tree. Still up, but kind of coughing up some blood.
All right, then I'm going to pull out my crossbow and hit him.
All right.
Sorry, wrong one.
21 will hit. Very nice, very nice. So you get off another shot, and it lands, close to the head in that meat of there, right, almost in the neck and everything. And he's definitely very unhappy and can tell he's in a bad situation. Anything else for you, Matrona?
I'd like to yell out to him, if that's possible.
Yeah.
You seem to be in a bad way, boy. Throw down your weapon and run.
All right. Calvin is going to kind of poke his head out around the spore cloud to see what's happening and be like, "Ooh, that looks bad." But he's basically still kind of staying off in the back right now. And then comes to the lotus, where you can hear the sound of the tree just pulling his body in, and a moment later you hear this as the tree itself begins to shift and change and expand, and you can see almost those reddish green black globules of like spore eyes one by one open up on the front, and it can only move that far, but as it just kind of slowly begins to lumber out. And then bareback.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my scimitar again.
All right. And are you still going reckless or normal?
Reckless,
All right.
always.
So that'll definitely hit. +2. All right. So for 11 points of damage, how would you like to slay this thug? Go ahead and
You
claim your
think this,
kill.
you think this thing could slice right through his throat?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
decapitate him?
Easy enough. Easy enough. He's already got the blood and the wound in his neck, so you just kind of go from that side and decapitate him as he's looking up towards Matrona, giving you that very clean view of his neck. And as he thinks about dropping his weapon and running, you see his head drop. All right. And any other movement or anything else for you?
No, I'm good right here.
All right. Then Tyke, come see you.
Okay. I am going to disregard what Miss said. And we're going to Eldritch Blast this thing again.
All right.
Because I am tired of what it did to this zone. It's part of the archipelago. That is fucking trash. It's not much better.
I want to say roll damage just because Mist is right there on the center, but no. The first one actually shoots.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm about to get hit.
You can roll damage for the second one. The second one does hit. But the first one shoots a little low, and instead of hitting it, hits below it, and you can see some of the um, flooring, the tile, the stone break out beneath it. And for a moment, Tyke or Mist, you now find yourself that was once pulling out this thing, now holding on to it to make sure you don't fall in between the gaps below it that are now beginning to show in this crumbling base.
I'm gonna yell out, if you want to get rid of me, you could have just said leave.
You're the one that jumped in there. The second one does 18 points of damage.
All right. And so at the end of your turn, it is going to try and root slam at you. And it is also going to terribly fail, as it is going to lift up some of the roots over here, and instead the floor is going to break apart a little bit more, carried from this area, and you're going to see all of those roots just drop now that they don't have that base to hold on to. So from about here, there is now a hole in this floor.
It's too close for comfort.
So comes to the conduit next. You can see the shield starting to try and repair once more. And it is going to try to overload your mind while you're in there, Mist. To just, do its best to make you, render you unable. So, charisma save for me.
It's exactly a 14.
That makes it. So you only take 3 points of damage as it, tries to assault your brain with images and everything, but you're able to push through.
I'm gonna yell, I've had worse hangovers.
Top of the round, the spore clouds are going to release another blast of cloud. Luckily, y'all have managed to stay away from them, so comes to you, Mist.
Being as though I'm in here, no use in trying to pull him out of this. Hit him!
Alright, yeah. Get some direct strikes in there.
I'm already here.
That'll hit. Oh yeah.
Yes. Alright.
So go ahead and
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and roll me damage for those two first.
Yeah, okay, so first one is 8. Second one is 9, so 17.
Alright. So as you directly
And
attack the creature, the conduit beneath this psychic energy shield that has been created around him, you just kind of, after trying to tear him out, grab him by the back of his shirt, pull him just so you can get a good look at his dying elven face, and describe for me how you claim your kill on the conduit directly.
So since I'm holding the back of his shirt, I'm gonna look and be like, what are you doing? And just headbutt him. And hopefully his head pops off.
Alright, so the first one you crack, and there's bits of this blood and everything that come out, and you just like hit him one more time, and you hear the satisfying snap of the neck underneath as the whole body kind of lurches backward, and you can see that where it should completely snap off, there are vines that have begun to grow up around his spine and esophagus and like up into the brain itself, and they all kind of tear and pull outward, and as it does so, you can feel this shift in the energy. There's this pulse that goes outward, kind of hitting against each of you, knocking you back a little bit. Not enough to send you flying, but enough to kind of rock you in your place. And you can see from the body into the vines, there's this reddish green energy that pulses downward through all of the vines and outward into all of these mushrooms. And you can see the spore tree that was walking forward start to seize upward and then bowl over as its body begins to convulse. And the conduit is down. So, yeah, right. So before we get into what happens next, we're gonna take an official little break. My tea is empty, and we can hit the restrooms as we find out what's gonna happen now that the source of this magic has been dealt with. So, we'll be right back. See everybody in a few minutes, and y'all survived, guys. You did it.
Yay!
Almost. You almost got me.
Gonna pick up right back here. Don't worry, I've got the Discord unmuted, so we're good. That's been the bane of my existence for this whole experiment. Again. All right, so where we pick up back off, is you all had made your way to the top of the tower, fought against this conduit and its guardians, effectively slaying them one by one of which turned into a tree, consumed by another. But Mist, you made your way inside the shield, managed to headbutt to death this being, this once elf that was the conduit. So now, as the figure is there, held in your hands, you saw that pulse of energy go out, and you see it go up past the spore trees that are down here, up the vines, to those very top trees that are creating this dome over the top of this tower. And as it reaches the top, you see the spore caps kind of expand momentarily, and then release this great cloud of spores that are all flecked with kind of these red, almost look like embers, these little glowing pieces. And as they sprout outward, the vines around you, starting where you are, Mist, begin to decay and warp inward and die rapidly. What do you do?
So I'm still holding the body, right?
Yes.
I'm going to throw it like around here, and you're like, finally, can we leave now? And just jump out the middle.
So as you go to jump, now that the middle has lost the flooring and the vines that were once holding you up are decaying rapidly, I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity save. As a lot of the tower around you, you can start to hear these as the sturdy vines that had broken through the structure and that were once holding it are now all beginning to decay, and the structure around you is beginning to lose its form. And you go to jump, and you get a little bit of movement, but you get right up to the edge where you hit your chest as you go, and there's that 100+ foot drop straight below you, but you manage to hold on to the very edge and kind of pull yourself up.
I almost died again, guys. uh, we should go.
Uh, funny thought. How do we get out of here without these vines?
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. It's very strange. I have no idea.
Run.
You begin to hear the
Fly, you fools!
as a part of the wall to one side comes down and collapses the floor to that north side that you were on, that the three of you had snuck up through.
I'm gonna look to Calvin and go, "Hey, old man, you ready to run?"
Kind of looks at everything that's happening and kind of looks around the tower and he's like, where?
Down.
Down?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I'm gonna
Okay.
look around. Do I see anything that I could use to surf down the side of the tower?
Make me an investigation.
I've got to see that.
Oh, well, I mean,
Nope.
There's a lot of loose rubble. There's, just, it's all stone up here. Some might be of size to use. You don't know how effective it's going to be. And you all just continue to hear this as more cracks begin to form in the floor.
Okay, time to go. Bye.
I can
Yep,
push the vines
I,
off of this thing, right?
Yes,
I'll go
yeah. And now that they're all decaying and withered, it's easy enough to clear them off of the door over here. And what do you grab, Mist? What are you attempting?
I'm just running towards the door.
All right.
Sorry, I couldn't see the door, so I was just going wherever everybody else was.
That works.
Following everybody else.
Yeah,
So
all stealth.
Oh man, my staff.
he kind of holds it up towards you, as he's running. And you open up the door, and there are the broken stairs that go down for a few, but you do see the stairs end about 10 feet down, and then there is that area that you had climbed up. And as you're looking out, all of the vines that are here are slowly decaying down as well. You can see some of them are kind of beginning to droop off of the wall and begin to slowly peel with the rest of the vines.
You know what would be really good right now? Our
Dimension
dragon
door?
friend. But they're not here. So we
That
should
too.
probably run down the vine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So,
This is a great day to die, guys.
Oh god.
All right. I would like everybody to make me either a athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, good.
Magic word.
Thank the Lord I can use
Oh my god,
acrobatics.
guys.
I feel like Tyke survived.
Not the old man.
Oh, God. Calvin, no!
Patronus, no!
Oh my god.
All right. So Bareback, which would you like, athletics
I
or
got this.
acrobatics?
Let's go with acrobatics.
All right.
Everybody pick a person to catch.
Oh god. I'm gonna land on someone.
Oh, my God.
All right. And so, just so I know, what is the order we choose going down?
I'm going down first.
Sure. I guess I'm second.
All right. Bareback, where would you like to be in position?
I'll go next, I guess.
All right. right. So the three of y'all take the lead as Matrona and Calvin follow up in the rear. Matrona, do you take last or Calvin?
It depends on if he says ladies first.
True. If he's polite, he'll let you go first.
If you kind of like pause to and give him a motion to go first, he'll take it. Otherwise, he'll pause and give you a motion. He won't say nothing, but he's like kind of looking around, like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Oh, all right. I let him go first.
Okay, so he, hustles after as well, with Matrona Yu taking up the rear, and so you all find the nearest branches, the roots that have enough girth to them left that they can make for some effort to make your way down, and Barebeck, Mist, Tyke, each of you very strongly are able to ride some down. For Crow, or for Mist and Tyke, the two of you kind of have to end up transitioning between a few of them to be able to swing to one and grab onto another. As one of them is falling down towards the center, you grab one that is closer to the wall and begin to ride that one down in this like quick rapid change of hands and momentum. Were you gonna say anything, Tyke?
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Would I know what these feather tokens are?
Roll me an Arcana. So feather tokens are implemented in places with normal, a lot of magic, a lot of high places, and they basically act as a reactionary feather fall. But they're for an individual rather than a group, like the spell.
Fair enough.
All right. So you are making y'all's way down as, Calvin's trying to follow up behind as well, but he's trying to follow in Barebeck's path as you, just fucking grab onto the biggest one you can and ride it as close as to the wall using your claws to tear down the wall, and he gets caught in the momentum of it and begins to lose his grip as well and begins to fall off of the side as he is going. He is closest to you, Barebeck, so go ahead and make me a dexterity save to try and catch on to Calvin.
Okay. You gotta do it.
That's right. I knew that. I was testing you. Alright. So it is a close call, but you managed to reach out and kind of grab onto the back of his nice new clothes that Mist gave him. And compared to the old ones, these hold together well. So he doesn't tear through, and you just kind of hang suspended with him for a moment, and then just shoulder him up as you make your descent down this expanse. And Matrona, let me ask, how would you go about descending as you see each of them just kind of riding the falling vines and,
Well, I certainly wouldn't do that. That seems dangerous. I'm much too old for that. Can I see a path? Or can I see the floor below? I can't, can I?
The nearest floor is from that area where you met Calvin, and it is about 120 feet down.
when I feel like I'm within 100 feet, I'd like to use plant growth on the wall to, if that's possible,
All right, all right.
to make the vines a little more, you know, a little more lively, at least for a little bit.
Okay, okay.
Makes sense.
And are you trying to basically have them kind of catch you and soften the blow?
Yeah.
I want to catch Matrona.
You've already got Calvin caught,
Oh, here
so
we go.
yeah, catching
Okay.
him will either mean dropping, like setting him off to the side and hoping for the best, or
Also,
you
and then
just
grab Matrona.
say what, Matrona?
I do have a question about the way that wind wall works.
Okay.
If I were to cast this before impact, do you think it would be able to slow me down enough?
Let me see the spell real quick. Point you can make it 50 foot long, 50 high, 1 foot thick. Strength,
If I made it a nice, lovely spiral,
I would say if you cast it, you know, pretty much like 20 to 30 feet before landing, it would potentially be able to, you know, slow your fall. You could airbend your way down.
I'm going. As I fall, I'd say, "See you at the bottom."
So as each of y'all are very carefully trying to make your way down, you just see Matrona kind of like looking, shake her head at all the vines and everything, and just kind of lean off the side and shoo.
She's crazy. But I like it.
I want to try. No, not yet.
Go ahead and Matrona, just real quick, roll me a ability check with your spellcasting modifier.
What ability?
The one that you use for your spells. So I think it's wisdom for you, cleric.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. As you basically are trying to like judge the best timing to release the spell to lessen the impact. All right, all right. So,
I don't know if that should. Should that be a 14 or an 18?
Probably just a 14. So, you manage to see it coming and collect yourself enough to let it go about 20 feet away from the ground, trying to catch your body. And as you do, you push yourself back a little bit, slow yourself down some, but the land and roll is still a little bit harder than you expect. You do take 10 points of bludgeoning damage just from recovering from this impromptu landing, but you do make it down to the ledge.
All right.
And one by one, the rest of you begin to drop down as well, you know, using these vines and as much momentum as you can to aim yourself there. And as you're going, you can see the occasional piece of the tower top break off and through the top floor, kind of cascading down past y'all, colliding with other pieces of the tower that are, you know, extending. But one by one, you all make it down to the ledge, although you're still spread out on this. So let me put you all nice and proper. There we go. So,
Well, come on, then. Let's.
as you do go by, I will say, Matrona, you do hear what sounds like a distant roar that catches your attention as you kind of go by this exterior door. And having heard one similar before, actually multiple times up close, you recognize it as the sound of a red dragon.
Oh, great.
I'm going. As soon as we get to the ledge, I'm gonna rush over to these podiums, and I want to check if there's any more
All right.
tokens.
So you begin to pilfer through and around, and looking through and at each of the other podiums, you do find there are two more kind of like stashed within like hollowed out portions of there. And so you do find at least two.
Excellent. Hey guys, come here for a second. And as they come, I'm going to hand out the tokens because I now have 5 of them.
Nice.
I know how
Yes.
to activate them, right?
Yeah, it's basically mechanically it's a reaction, but you pull out the feather token and you run your thumb from the base of the feather to the top, and it activates the feather fall for the individual.
Alright, I'm going to show them how to do it without doing it. So I'm going to say, look. You take your finger and you do this, and you won't die when you fall. So we can get down quicker. And
That's
then
it?
I'm going to run this way and jump off.
Yep. Up over the edge.
And I'm going to activate the feather fall token.
All right.
I'm gonna yell, faith, trust, pixie dust, and just bolt.
Calvin is kind of there in the back with you, Bareback, as well, and just kind of looks at you and is like, I kind of wish this was all an illusion. Fuck! And he starts to make his way that way as well.
Let's go.
So one by one, as each of you fucking paratrooper off the side of this tower, you look out and you can see about 300 feet out. There are what look to be 2 red dragons that are moving and circling in the air. Still probably about another 100 feet up from where y'all are at as well, so they're a good bit of distance of ways. But you can also see that in between them there is a large black and gold zeppelin that is this nice cloth across the balloon portion of it. You can see the undercarriage is pretty much directly attached to the balloon as well. And there are these, what is the word I'm looking for? Planks, boards, just stations off of the side of the base where you can see there are ballista that are there. You don't have enough to see if they are manned from this distance or not, but you can see the attachments, and you can see at the very end of it this large circular machine that has both magic and water pouring into it with these little vents of steam, almost like exhausts coming out of the end in the back of it. And this seems to be coasting above the city, above the Lost District itself. And as you all fall and descend with bits of the rubble falling around you from the tower, it kind of is just there in your sight line.
How far is it away?
It's about 200 to 300 feet away from you.
Should have taken his time.
I'm not gonna activate Featherfall until I'm about 50 feet above the ground.
All right, all right. So you all just begin to drop down, um, and as you do, one by one, you begin to activate the feather fall, and you can see different plants and other plant abominations that are beginning to like fall off of the tower as it all begins to sort of die and collapse. But you all manage to begin to drop down. Are you all aiming for the street, a building, alleyways?
I'm aiming for an alley, a secluded alley.
Aiming?
I'm just falling.
Okay, okay.
Where I fall, I fall.
It's like skydiving. You've got a little bit of aim that you can work with.
Sir, I
I
am
swan
Vader.
dived
I
off.
don't
I
know
was
what the hell is
prepared.
going on. I'm just falling. Trying not to die.
Yeah, that's understandable. I can appreciate that. All right.
I'm just going for distance from the tower. That's it.
I'm gonna
Just one to
aim
fall
for a
down.
rooftop and hope that like I don't go through it.
Through it.
Oh God, can you imagine?
I can.
Oh
Alright.
God, that's gonna be me. Yeah,
So
big.
as you all each aim, or if you are aiming, go ahead and make me a dexterity check. If you're not aiming, you just let yourself fall.
I guess we're all aiming. That's
Can you dexterity check me, please? Thank you.
Alright, so you all each just kind of aim. Calvin also is like, he's kind of praying midair, holding onto that token. And you can see he's furiously rubbing it as well. Like, he knows he's falling, but he's just like, no, no, no. And one by one, you all float down. And you land atop this roof here, Bareback, as each of you kind of land around the tower. You can see there are bits of debris that are falling occasionally as well. And as you're running around, or landing and hitting the ground, Bareback, you luckily don't fall through the roof.
Yes.
But you can see there are a few kind of spread out people in the area who have kind of paused in their fighting, as around you can see the vines are slowly beginning their decay down here as well, and beginning to rot and slaw off of things. You can see where there are a few abominations that were in the midst of running through the street have kind of fallen over and look like they have convulsed in similar to ways that people have heart attacks, and are just like curling up and twitching occasionally. Some of them are just straight out stop moving. But as you look around, you can notice that there are some folks who are from the Lost Lords, and you can also notice that there are some from the Crusaders that are here as well. And it's just spread out in the area.
Gotcha.
So,
Nix, are you okay? Please tell me you're okay.
Imagine you landed on Nyx.
I can fly.
Oh yeah, true.
It could be the same.
if I don't ever have to go up another tower, I'm gonna be A-okay.
I can't argue with you, actually. I agree.
Good. I'm glad we're on accord. Oh, that was a lot. Even if I can fly, that was a lot.
Hey, old man, how are you doing? You okay? Are you good?
He's kind of there, just sitting on the ground, still holding the token, and he's just like very slowly turns towards you. Am I still alive?
You are, and you're out of the tower. Look at that.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
You did exactly what I told you you'd do. I'm just gonna walk away.
I'm running away from the tower, just yelling, "Victory! Victory!"
You can see
What?
that a few of the other individuals who are in the area kind of look at each other, and then they start to run away, yelling out, "Victory! Victory! Victory!" And it just starts to become like a mantra that begins to get spread around the area as well.
Well, you're a fun guy, old man. Bye.
Oh, bye. And he's just kind of like standing there, a little lost on the side of the tower. And
I'm gonna stand right here. Keep up if you want to live.
as you say that, there's this large piece of stone that just falls from up on high and crashes next to him. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And he just kind of starts to dash in a direction as well.
Ooh, what's in here?
Oh my god, he's checking buildings while the fucking tower's falling.
ADD.
The fucking tower's falling. He's like, huh, what's in this drawer?
Sticking your head in real quick. It looks like it used to be.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Just kind of like whenever you stick your head in, it looks like it used to be a botanist shop of some sort.
Meh, flowers. Wait.
You ever see those videos of cats getting their heads stuck in boxes and like cans and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
I'm not my ancestors. Ah!
So you all just run as far as possible from the tower for the moment.
Yeah, so we don't get crushed by debris.
For sure, for sure. Is there any particular direction, heading, or locale y'all are trying to run towards, or just running right now?
There's only one thing to do at a time like this.
I'm going towards the people, I hope.
I'm going towards the next adventure, wherever that 12 takes me.
I feel like we should probably go back to the town, with the little town we were in before we headed here.
Yeah, I'm with Tyke on that
After
one.
the roper.
Oh, okay.
So where you saw all the Lost Lords and
Yeah.
things like that? Alright,
Go back
alright.
to the Lost Lords.
I'm just gonna assume Bareback's
Because we
dragging me
didn't
by the
piss them
tail.
off.
So you all begin to run as best as possible, and you can still hear bits of the tower just occasionally breaking off in the distance, and they just drop and fall. You look behind and you can see some pieces that break off and fall onto other buildings that are in the area. As you're running, you can hear in the distance the occasional "Victory! Victory! Yeah!" And you do hear the occasional "Wait, for which side? Fuck you!"
Who won?
And it does seem to be like whenever you do see a few people, they are still kind of splitting up. The Lost Lords and Crusaders do seem to be kind of going in different directions as they're all kind of retreating from this main tower. But you all slowly kind of make your way into the crowds of the other folk who were with the Lost Lords, and you can see now that as you're kind of getting further away from the tower, the decay to all the mushrooms and things like that is not as rapid as apparent, but you can see that they are slowly starting to like wilt and decay and move away. And other people are kind of going through and like tearing down some trees and cutting them apart, throwing the once people into certain piles and things like that. Go ahead and change that now. But as you all kind of make your way towards this holdout that they had, you can see a few other more civilians are now kind of looking out and seeing what's happening, and the other soldiers are like, "We won! We did it! I don't know how or why or what, but there's a victory! The plant stopped dying! Or stopped moving, they stopped attacking people, they all just started dying! We don't..."
You're welcome.
You can see a few people like confusedly like look over towards you and are just kind of like, who are they? Because not many people knew who y'all were, that the fact that y'all went in there, so...
They did. However,
Yeah.
I start playing my pipe as a nice, jaunty victory tune.
Yeah.
Now be the time to fight.
I start asking around for Craven Wolpin. Wolpin? Wolpin.
Alright. You start asking around a little bit, and, it's a few minutes before anyone's able to direct you. But as you're sort of getting closer to the area that you had eaten food in and found a place to stay in, there is one guard-looking figure who is kind of like, "Oh, the hunter, right? I believe we saw him," and he points, and you can see the taller Craven with his helmet off, kind of almost a head above the crowd in some areas, and he seems to be talking to a few other Lost Lords in the area.
I run over and I stand up real tall and I go, "Craven! Craven!
he kind of
Did you see it? Did you see it?"
Oh, the thing? Yeah.
That was us!
You kind of hear there's a bit of a hush around the crowd as they all sort of look in y'all's direction. And there's a few guards who come to talk to him, and he goes, takes a few steps, and he goes, "Well, everybody, looks like we have ourselves some heroes here. They all just saved your fucking lives." And everybody just all kind of like, starts nudging each other, and you can now feel the eyes of the about 50 to 100 people who are kind of crowded in the streets and the alleys and things like that, who are all just kind of look in your direction. Hey.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation and make a shower of sparks, kind of like fireworks above our heads, as I bow.
And I'm gonna step forward in front of everybody, like, "I am your savior. Treat me as such."
Metron is gonna shrink back down and just kind of, "Hi."
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion, Mist. Alright. And so as you kind of stand there, T-pose, and, glorify for everyone to see with the sparks going off behind you, and, everyone else kind of bowing and waving from your troop, Craven goes, "These are not bandits! And everybody is just like, yeah!
And it's stuck.
Surely it's like a
And
whole
see.
thing. Like we're just.
And from there, you all are all grabbed by civilians and guards and kind of pulled in the direction of the makeshift tavern that they had set up. And they all begin to pull out drinks. They have people, civilians, who start to come and bring food. And as it's all happening, Craven is kind of pulls off to the side for y'all and is like, the one in charge will eventually want to have a conversation with y'all, but we'll save that for another day after everybody's gotten the good feels out.
Craven, I only died twice.
Nice! I think I'm happy for you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Baldy. I need 8 more shots before I can talk to you.
Occupational hazard. And I take a sip.
And shots are inevitably brought of different liqueurs and different drinks from that they've got on in stores. As everyone feels like with the tower, and the tower itself, you could see from the distance, it didn't completely collapse, but the top about third of it did all begin to collapse inward or outward, and so you imagine that probably the interior of it is still pretty roughed up and fucked up. But the base walls of the tower for a good 200 feet are still standing there, just kind of now as this broken remnant. But across the skyline and the rooftops, you can see the mushrooms are slowly wilting and falling off and dissipating, and people are feeling good. People are feeling hopeful, happy, and they are sharing it with everybody there. So there is also people who are busting out music and different areas of the town. You can kind of go from one street to the next within this 4 or 5 block radius that they all start to take up. That becomes Mardi Gras with just different music in different areas all beginning to play, and games being started, and people actually bringing out kids that they had in hiding just in the buildings for fear of random spores that may come through.
Oh, we did good here.
Craven, we may need a favor from you and the hunters.
As he's there, kind of kicked back now with a nice little the almost like Viking horn of mead that he's got. He's just like, well, what can I do for you? What can I name it?
We met a dragon, and they want to talk to us. So we need passage.
How are we talking about Nex? Nex is a good guy. Unlike other black dragons.
At the mention of his name, Mist comes out of nowhere yes, we need to find my husband.
He seems kind of taken aback by all of the positive responses, and he's like, I've never met a black dragon that I could really get along with. Granted, most of them always tried killing everybody that I knew, but I haven't met the dragons here on the archipelago, except I've seen the flying reds.
When you save their lives,
Not the same.
I'll keep that in mind.
Have you met Calvin?
They too are not bandits, by the way.
Not bandits.
No affiliation, though.
Good to know. I don't believe I've met this Calvin. No.
Calvin!
Under a table.
Yelling.
This is Calvin.
Calvin's kind of like been, you know, like stuck in the crowd, looking around, very anxious and intimidated by the sudden influx of people around him compared to what he's been used to. So he's got like his one, you know, water that he's got just like holding close to his chest and shit. And he's just like, oh, yes, hi, hello. And Craven's just like, cheers, mate. I hear that you've been surviving. Kudos.
We rescued him.
I'm gonna
Because
try
we're
to switch out
heroes.
the water
And
with
I'm
me.
gonna laugh and start drinking again.
And he helped us with bringing down the tower. It was crazy. There was a thing in there. There was a glowy orb. And inside of it was a... What was inside of it? Best you know.
Elf.
You were
Dead
in
elf.
there.
That's weird. That's not what I would have expected at all to be up there.
Yeah.
Well, did the elf do the thing? Like, how did all this come about?
Tyke's got
I
a
don't
book.
know.
Get back to you in about a month on that. Maybe 4 weeks.
I do not believe that this is over, so they may need some protection. The cult, it seems the cult is trying to bring the Nine Hells onto the Nine Realm.
I thought it was the abyss.
You know, normal cult things.
I have juice.
I'm slowly trying to take everybody's drinks out their hand.
I am turning everybody's drink to moonberry dust wine, so it can taste like it. Just prestidigitation. Everybody at the table.
Nice.
I cover my cup. Not many things.
Everybody but Matrona. She's too old.
It's orange.
And at this point, I'm standing on the table. No one outdrink me!
There are like 6 people who are like, I'll take that!
Aye!
So, go ahead and roll me a straight constitution check.
Do I get advantage because I'm a drunk monk?
So that was just all of the numbers at once, don't worry.
I was like 60-20, what the fuck?
Can't beat a...
Just makes it nice and easy, man. Makes it nice and easy. So...
2 of them beat me.
And 2 of them match you as well. But 2 of them who join in, like, they start going, and they just fucking, like, 3 drinks in, just, hold on, I'm gonna go puke in the remains of that person, as he goes to, like, where one of the piles of, like, the tree bodies are at, and he fucking heads off. So you got rid of 2 of your competition, for sure. And the one who nat 20s it is just like this fucking stone-faced dwarf who is like not even showing any emotion. It's just like one drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is nothing.
I look at him. Do you want to be my husband too?
Kind of looks you over for a moment. What's your worth?
Douche! And his face plants.
So, how about for the rest of you? What do y'all do through the more or less night, or what passes as a night here of drinking, carousing, playing?
Eventually,
It's count.
Sorry, that came through a little
Tired.
broken, wicked. Try again, Bareback.
Oh, sorry. I said, what about resting?
if you wanted to retire a little early, there are definitely places made available for people to rest comfortably.
I, I will bandage Bareback while he's still down there with us. Meanwhile,
Thank you, Matrona.
Of course, Bareback. Meanwhile, I'm regaling Craven with our exploits, telling you the details as best I can remember.
Go ahead and roll me a performance.
Can I use guidance?
I mean, it's a long process. I'm sure there are times where you're pause and you're like, "Hold on, I need a thing." So yeah. It is a very long-winded, what you imagine as very detailed, very very hyped up, slightly drunk because people may have spiked all of your juices through the night. Tale. No, definitely not you. But there are other people who are like come up and be like, "Oh, this is the hero," and then they like as you're talking, replace your drink with another drink or something like that. You know.
So
Yeah.
at this point, I want to say Miss is passed out, hanging upside down from a roof pillar by his tail.
Very nice.
Bareback, would you be a dear and take Miss to the room or wherever we're sleeping?
First. Of course.
Thank you.
It's one of those things you kind of have to borrow a broom or something from somebody just to kind of be like, get off, get. But you're able to get him down and take him and everything, and once you get there, you can see Calvin's already found a little spot to curl up and is got 3 blankets, 2 mattresses, and has just made himself the most comfortable little fort he can imagine in this, dire straits.
Am I going the right way? I can't see the full map.
Yeah, it's not a specific area on here, luckily.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, a little more theater of the mind for this part.
Cool.
And go for it.
Tyke?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what Tyke was doing.
Oh, at some point, I'm going to go to bed because I've been drinking
Oh.
and it's small.
Oh.
I have a
Alright.
small liver. Though I do love
Oh,
I'll
that's really
find
cute.
adding Bareback to my hit list. Okay, we're there.
All right. So, one by one, each of y'all kind of relax, carousel, drink, party, eat, and then make your way to bed. Craven, stays with you, Matrona, for a bit, regaling your tales with you, and, going over all of the craziness that you saw, and tells you that, while all of that was happening up there, it seems the Lost Lords and the Crusaders finally came to a head. There was actually some sort of massive fire that got started near the tower, which caught the attention of the Crusaders. And whenever they were there, they blamed it on the Lords. Lords brought their people. They started all fighting. It began to spread to a few other streets, caught the attention of some of the creatures from up top, which came and started fighting amongst all of them. And then between the fire, the smoke, and all of that nonsense, it was becoming mayhem real quick. And then we heard the boom and started to see all that to go down and everything's, start to die. So, y'all are lifesavers, man.
I'd like to say, right when he stops talking, it just cuts to Mist, passed out in bed, sleep singing sea shanties, and then really quickly goes back to the scene.
So this whole thing with the black dragon and asking a favor of the hunters, well, I don't know how good our relationship is with the Sliver. Some of the others might know better, but it might be doable. I will definitely do my damnedest to make sure it is.
That'd be just swell. That'd be pretty great. I think it's time for bed now.
Come, here. Let me help you. You are quite gentle for a giant.
What a nice young man. I'll reach up and pat him on the cheek.
He's gonna kind of smile and give you the whole yes grandmother face, and begin to see you off to where everybody else is resting, and he tucks you into one of the available beds there, and kind of takes a moment to look out at you and the rest and give a nod and just goes, "Sleep well, Matrona."
You too, Craven.
What'd you say, Tyke?
I don't trust him.
He is then going to make his way out as you all get some nice rest with this pain and death and chaos of the tower finally put behind you. You all sleep comfortably with the large crowd and the party just outside. A damn good deed done. And with and with that, we are going to level y'all up to level 6. I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe level 6.
Yeah. So kudos, y'all. You bested the tower. You made it through. And that is where we're also going to end today's episode. So we can have these level ups done, get all this prepped up for the next adventure with our not bandits.
Not bandits.
Never bandits. Except that one time.
You know, as a team name, I do like the sound of Never Bandits.
Never bandits.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I get
Got a ring to it.
It's the leveled up version of not bandits. You started with one, and then you work up to the next.
Exactly.
All right. So that's going to be it for us this week. We should be back next week with our 12th, 13th episode. Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Our YouTube is steadily growing as well, and soon we will get that custom URL. You can find some of us on Twitch or wherever streaming Twitter platforms are available. And I hope you all take it easy, stay awesome, and we will see you soon.